Hey, how are you doing today?
I've been doing okay. How about
Okay.
you?
Oh, I'm good. Yeah. What's your name?
My name is Joanne.
Great. Nice to meet you, Joanne. I'm Dr. Kim. So, before we get started with our session, I want to talk about confidentiality real quick. And in our sessions, that means there's a couple instances where I have to report what you're saying. Otherwise, everything is very confidential between you and me. I want you to feel very comfortable, say anything you want. Um, no judgment, of course. But the few instances would be if you're going to harm yourself or harm somebody else, if there is a threat to possible neglect to an elder or a child. And yep, those are the only instances. If that happens, I have to make a report by the law. So does that make sense?
Yes, yes.
Great. Okay. Are you having any thoughts of suicide today?
No, I don't.
Great. Okay, good to hear. If you ever do, please let me know.
Okay.
We can always talk about that. Great. Okay, so what brought you in today?
So I was brought in due to I've been worried about my weight. I know my current husband, my family, even my coworkers have been saying that I've been way too skinny. Um, Even though I do, check my weight and I'm below 100 pounds, I still feel like I'm fat. Like I still feel like I need to lose even more weight.
Okay, interesting. How concerning is this to you? Like, are you concerned about what you're dealing with right now? Are you scared? Are you fine with it?
I mean, well, I think to me, I feel like I do want I do want to like be have a normal weight, yes. Because if everyone's saying that, like I'm trying to I'm just been losing a lot of weight, then I do want to stay my healthy weight. But like it's just for some reason I keep thinking like I'm fat, so I need to keep losing more and more weight.
Yeah, it sounds like you're getting a lot of attention for what's going on right now.
Hmm.
Definitely. And sounds like you want to improve your weight, maybe considering it an issue. And I'm glad you're here to talk about that with me.
Hmm.
So, how long has this been going on? How long have you been losing weight rather than where you started?
So it's probably been I would say it's kind of going back and forth. I was started actually when I was actually in elementary school, I was a little overweight, I remember. And then I think it's when I started out of high school, I started being made more like self-conscious. So I started been like losing weight. And so I feel like yeah, I now that I'm like now I'm working at a secretary and I graduated college maybe like how long has it been like 6 years ago. Oh yeah. So I've been so like yeah, I think for it's been like probably going well like 6, 7 years now. Um it's been going on because I remember I lost a lot of weight and then I went to the it was like so much to the point I think I had to go to the hospital and I got treated for a bit, but then I came out of the hospital and I started again. Like I just had to start losing weight again. Got really self-conscious.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of seeing your timeline here now. Sounds like you might have been struggling with these body image issues since a pretty young age, and it sounds like it escalated more so lately. When you went to the hospital, was it because you were physically ill, or was it because you just weren't able to keep up a weight? Like, what was that experience for you?
Like, yeah, so the hospital was actually I went to the hospital actually 2 times. So first it was about like my weight because what I would do, I would eat a lot and then I would use laxatives after food to like, to excreminate them all out. And so I don't have to do able I won't gain weight for that. And then so I think they found like due to that they found two cysts in my stomach, so they had to go remove that. So I had to do surgery for that. And I think another time I had to go to the hospital was like it wasn't really like involved in with eating. I think it was just I got into a car accident with like my son and had broke my hip and my leg. So I had to go under surgery for that.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, two very different experiences, it sounds like, but still very traumatizing either way. Um, what led up to, you said there were ulcers or there were cysts?
Yeah, there were cysts.
Got it. Okay. How did, after you had that surgery, what was next? Did you have any medication? What were your follow-ups like?
To Well, they told me to stop the laxatives, which I have been stopping to help with they haven't really gave me any medications, it's just more conservative treatments, so like just taking care of myself and then watching what I'm eating, a careful diet, try to maintain like a normal weight again. So those have been just a treatment. And for like my leg, I've been going through like I've been doing a little bit of physical therapy and some exercise. So
Got it. Okay. So you mentioned how you were in the hospital the first time for something that led to by what you've been dealing with mentally. Have you ever had any other kind of psychiatric treatment, therapy, other hospitalizations, medications?
no, just those two. Yeah.
Okay, so this is your first time talking to somebody?
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay, thank you for coming in. I admired that a whole lot. Takes a lot of courage.
Yeah.
It's
I
awesome.
really did want to like fix this problem, so
I'm glad. Nice. Yeah, we do that together. We'll find a strategy after this. Um,
Mhm.
yep. On that note, I'm going to use some of our time as well to kind of get more information about you. So as we make a treatment plan, I can have a better understanding of who you are. Because I can suggest things right now, but I want to have a good rapport with you. I want to know you so I can make sure we have a good plan. So I'm just gonna
Yeah.
ask a bunch of questions and try to figure out more so about you.
And
So what's your life like right now? What's you like? How's
so
your relationships? What's your job?
yeah, so my life right now with so I have my current husband and he's very caring and concerning and he really wants me to have a very like normal weight. He watches my weight a lot, make sure like I am eating and whatnot. And I'm glad with that. And my kids right now, I have my I have a daughter that is with him and actually had a previous husband and I had a son with him. I think a lot of like my weight happened more like I was also with him. I actually did gain weight after like my first child with him. So I guess that's what also like made me wanna be because I was like 200 pounds. I was like, no, like I need to be skinny. So I did lose a lot of weight to the point. I think I went to down to 96 pounds. But then even then, I like, yeah, I lost weight and the weight loss went on to with my current husband as well. But my current husband is more concerned and want me to like get to a better healthy weight for that. Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
And,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
and I was like, gonna say that, I didn't really like, I guess like my current husband, my first husband didn't really see that, or I guess he wasn't really like helpful. Like I just feel like it's no, because my second husband was very different. And so he was more concerned. I didn't get that from my first husband. But that wasn't really the brink of divorce. Our divorce was because of just like so like basically like I just feel like I thought I loved him, but I actually got married to him because I just need someone to like depend on because I used to depend on so much with my parents. But then I really wanted to like I just did not want to be with my parents, so therefore I got married to him. So that was just a way of like escaping from my parents.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, because these marriages shaped a lot of your timeline and a lot of the decisions that you made in your life that led up to this point as well. So how did that first marriage come to an end?
Um, well, our first marriage went to get in because so basically with my family is that they're very like overprotective. And so what happened was actually I had a younger brother and beginning of high school. Um my parents told me to watch my younger brother. But I was inside the house and he was like just playing outside, like, yeah, he's just, playing right outside the house, like, just whatever, it's fine.
Yeah.
But then when I went outside or like I heard neighbors were calling me and I went outside and I saw my brother lying down on the ground dead. So he actually was ran over.
Wow.
Um yeah. And then and I felt like really guilty about it. And so ever since then, my parents have been super overprotective. They had to They make sure I have a curfew. They make sure where I'm going, what I'm doing. They have contacts for my friends. This guy was like a little like I get it. Like, yeah, you're being overprotective now that my younger brother is gone, but I just feel like it was a little just too much on me. And then I found like with my first husband, Mike, I found him, and then in high school we started dating, but my parents didn't approve of him because he had a car, and he there were two, and then because how my brother died because of a car, he was really scared that like if I get in the car with him, I might, something might happen with me too. So they didn't like how like Mike was able to drive at that time. So I mean, I did feel a little guilty as well, but then I was like, it's fine. It's really rare. Like I don't think anything's gonna happen to me.
Mhm.
And so, but finally, like end of high school, we got married right away, and everything was going great. Everything, I worked. He works as like a technician job, and I go working as a secretary in medical office. So we were fine and everything. But then later on, over the year or two, I realized that I don't really like love him because I just kind of use him to escape from my overprotective parents, and I've seen he
Yeah.
has more opportunity and do what I want to do. So it wasn't love, it was just trying to be dependent on someone and also just get escape. But then also but later on I found out that I was pregnant and with my first son. And I was like, okay, well, we have a kid now. Let's see, maybe the kid can help us save our relationship and whatnot. But then but even with the child, it didn't work. And we did go to marital counseling. We went to that a lot of sessions, but I just it didn't work out for me and both of us. So we ended up getting a divorce.
Got it. Right. It sounds like you wanted a sense of control for a long time that maybe was taken away from you kind of early with what happened to your brother and the way that your
Yeah,
parents
because
responded to that.
because before he passed away, like my parents were really like chill. Like it's just
Mhm.
after my brother passed away, they became totally different. Like before,
Yeah.
they let me do what I wanted to do. I was able to go out, hang out. Like they weren't really that like they didn't need like anyone's phone number or contact. They just like let us have more freedom and whatnot. So
Yeah.
it's just that sudden change was just so much on me. I almost felt like I was like a free bird and I was like a caged bird or something. So it
Yeah.
was just too much to handle. But I
Definitely.
mean, I did understand my parents where they're going at, but I just felt like they were being a little too much about that.
Mhm. Yeah. It sounds like you definitely wanted some kind of escape. That's the word that you used. And I think that's the best kind of word. And I see like you kind of got that from that first marriage that you went for. Do you feel like how did that affect your relationship with your family when you did get married right out of high school?
I mean, later on they found out like was fine. They were over it because they were just scared about the car thing. And then when I went for your car rides with them, they're fine. My parents were fine with the marriage and everything like that.
Right. Yeah. I see you work very hard to make sure your life is the way that you want it, which I think it's very admirable that you went to couples couples counseling when you were having
Yeah.
some kind of issues with your son and that then you made the decision that this is not what I want and you moved on from there. And I can definitely
Mhm.
tell like you want some kind of control in your life and you're doing a great job at that.
Yeah, I mean, now that we and now, well, not now, like after the first divorce, my parents were like, just like live with us again.
Mhm.
So I lived with them, and then they became a little lenient. They weren't that overprotective, but still, I mean, I was then like 25, so I was like, okay, I don't want to really stay with my parents anymore. I still want to go out, be out. But then my dad was like, "Oh no, it's okay. Like I can provide for you, whatever." But I still wanted to just have a house on my own because again, 25, I wanted to be out. But then so that now they're fine with everything. They're not that overprotective as they were before.
Great. Okay. I'm glad you have sounds like a strong family unit that you're able to rely on each other a whole lot since they were willing to provide for you.
Yeah.
So at this current point, how is your relationship with your current husband? How I know you said you feel like you just wanted somebody to depend on, and now you have two children. What does that look like for you?
Well, now I know that I definitely like him. Met him at a church. And after I mean, I did learn from like my previous relationship, not to like just be with someone for escape or just depend on someone like that, but truly like someone. So with this
Right.
one, it's again, I said he's very different. He's very caring, understanding, and wants to help me out all the way. And like I do like him for that. So yeah, like I love him. That's why I'm with him. Less like how like my previous relationship, I was with that guy just for like escape, but not with this one.
Right. Okay. What's his role in your weight loss? I know you said he made a comment about that. How do you feel about his comments?
I mean, when you said that, I was a little up. I mean, yeah, I was like, I mean, I did see where he was going from, and I realized that. I just like, yeah, because he looked very concerned, and I'm like, I'm just concerned about that too, because I don't want him to feel like bad that he feels bad for me. So I do want to like get it fixed. So
Yeah. You sound very close, and I'm glad you have that kind of support system in your life.
yeah.
What does the rest of your support system look like?
So like I'm pretty close with like I have friends through my coworkers and they did like notice one time that I was like extremely skinny. So they are what they watch out for me for my work. We go to like work parties. I made some friends through that. So we go out, we go shopping, we do this, we do that. I like to we like to learn we learn like we like to like cook together. Like I like to look at recipes, look at health books and this and that and learn how to cook. We watch videos about it. So
Fun. That sounds really fun. I'm glad you have that kind of support system. So I want to talk about your eating habits. What do you eat in a regular day? Like, tell me your structure.
I actually drink coffee most of the time with like um that's in my diet. I just drink coffee. I just have like 1 to 2 bars. I'm just trying to like not eat as much. I'm very like calorie conscious. I make sure that I eat like 1,000 calories less a day.
Mhm.
Um, and I do tend to like make sure I like exercise a lot. I did stop using laxatives because I did not want to go through that surgery. That surgery was not good for me. But I've been drinking just a lot of like iced coffee, just eating a couple of bars day, like those protein bars or something. So I can also like get me to be healthy, but also not to gain so much weight.
Right. Okay. So correct me if I'm wrong here, but it used to be where you would eat maybe a regular amount of food or a lot of food, use laxatives and other ways to get rid of the calories, but now you just restrict. You have less than 1,000 calories a day. Is that what
Yeah.
happened? It's switched over to this new situation?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. Makes sense.
Mhm.
On top of that, do you do anything else to affect your weight, like exercising?
Yeah, I do exercise so I can make sure I maintain that like really low weight.
Mm.
I go to the gym. Sometimes like I'll do like look at videos at home if I have to be home with the kids. Um, so I do that like a couple hours a day.
Mm. Okay. So it sounds like you put a lot of effort into the way that your body looks and trying to feel comfortable with that. What's your what's your goal? Like not so much what you want out of this therapy session, but like if you were to let these issues continue, like what was your goal? Did you want to weigh a certain amount, minimize calories to a certain point? Like tell me about that.
Yeah, I do want to maintain like I do want to eat. I think I know that just honestly just drinking real coffee and eating food um isn't the normal way of eating, I think. But so I want to have a normal eating. But I want to make sure my calories isn't too much. And I just want to like stop thinking that I'm fat. I don't know why. I just keep thinking that I'm fat. I know everyone's telling me that I'm like skinny, but like for me, I just don't know why I keep thinking that I'm fat. So I just want to learn how to have like that normal weight again. And also like, yeah, just change that, like gain a little weight, eat more. That's like my main goals.
Okay. So yeah, it sounds like ideally you want a situation where you feel healthy and look healthy and maybe look the way that you feel like
Yeah.
the way that you want to. Has this changed or maybe over time, have you ever felt like anxious or depressed about these issues?
I do feel a little, yeah, I do feel a little depressed about like, especially about like my weight. Like I get really anxious if I do like eat like a lot. Oh my God, then I need to like make sure like I throw it up, eat laxatives or eat less. Because I feel like if I eat more than a certain amount, then I get really anxious. So I have to make sure I eat less. I don't have that anxious type of feeling. And I do like I feel sad because I know like everyone's been concerned for me and worried for me, and I feel bad about how they feel too. But sometimes I just like can't control it.
Right. Why do you think you haven't been able to control it despite knowing that other people care about you and it's hurting them?
I don't know. I just like these thoughts that keep telling me that I'm fat, so I have to like eat less.
It sounds like it's very, very consuming.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, so I want to keep building this picture about you, especially these specific issues. Tell me about, I want to hear about a good day and a bad day. So like not certain instances, just like what does a good day with eating look like for you?
I would say a good day would probably mean not worrying about how much I've eaten. Just like I like, when I go out with my friends, I would see how they would eat really well. They would they don't worry or they don't count their calories. They just are like really free and like, enjoy. And everyone around them is fine. They don't feel worried or concerned about them. I think that's like my good day, just like not worrying how much I eat and not making sure I don't have to like go and like, poop it out or something like that.
Yeah,
Bad day would be having all these like worries and concerns of thinking I'm gonna gain weight, I'm gonna gain fat, so I eat less amount. Yeah.
got it. Okay. Yeah, it sounds like you're really going through a whole lot and you're maybe very preoccupied with what's going on.
Mhm.
Okay, so I want to collect some more data real quick since I'm trying to get a good picture of you. Have you ever had any legal troubles?
No, I have not.
Well, there's no pending charges.
Mm-mm.
Not that I would care. You can always tell me stuff like that, but I really want to know. No difference to me. But as well, do you use drugs or alcohol right now?
No.
Have you ever used them?
For what?
Have you ever used drugs or alcohol?
No, no, I have not.
Great. Okay. Let's see.
Oh, for alcohol, yes, I just remembered. Well,
Mhm.
I'm like, I don't drink alcohol as much, but there's one period where I used to date this guy before my second husband, and I moved in with him, but then I realized he was an alcoholic. He drank a lot of alcohol, and that made me want to drink alcohol much as with him as well. But then I also noticed how alcohol was kind of messing up with my life, especially like when I need to take care of my son and like our relationship. It was just and like I couldn't really do much, so I moved out and also just stopped drinking a lot of alcohol ever since then. So
Yeah, I'm glad you pieced that together that maybe it wasn't good for you.
yeah, I was aware that this wasn't good for me and it's not the life that I want. Like I do not want to be an alcoholic and I don't want to be an alcoholic too, so I left.
Good, good. I'm
But
glad. Right, yeah, thank you for adding that to the timeline I have.
mhm.
Definitely good to know. A couple of things. So, where did you grow up?
I grew up in the suburb area of New York. I lived in a normal like middle class family
Okay.
with I had two parents and yeah, I had that one younger brother. And it was like everything was like normal. My child was normal. My dad, he worked as a he worked as a tech I think also worked like in a technological job. My,
Right.
my mom was a waitress, but she became waitress after like me. I became like where I was able to like, where I can be alone by myself at home and go to school, come home. It just when I was just born, mom became a homemaker. So she could take care of me after like I started at middle school, high school, and she started going become a waitress, do part-time jobs.
Got
But
it.
everything was yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sounds like a nice setup. Are y'all still close today? Like, what's it like for you?
Yeah, we do. We still close. I still talk to them like a couple times a week. Like my kids really love their grandparents too. We go visit them during the holidays.
That's awesome. Cool. Um, Have these parents in your home ever had ever like seemed depressed or anxious?
I mean, they were depressed and anxious when they heard about like me eating, and then they were just kind of upset when I had got that car accident. They would take care of me, and then again, they were a bit depressed because of my brother did die. So,
Yeah.
but now they're like doing okay.
Okay. Yeah, you just mentioned how they felt about you eating. How do they feel about that? Do you think that had any
Yeah,
influence on your eating
they've
problems?
been telling like me that I need to be gaining weight as well.
Mhm.
Like way too skinny, like this is not healthy for you, blah blah.
Got it. Okay. That definitely makes sense.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. You said you went to college, right? Oh no, you got married
Yeah,
in high school, right?
I got yeah.
Right. So you graduated high school?
Yeah, yeah. After high school, I just straight went to become a housewife.
Got it. Okay. What was high
And
school
then,
like?
I'm
Oh, I'm sorry.
sorry, not housewife. Yeah, I did a housewife a little bit, and then I started became a secretary at a medical
Got it.
school. Yeah, medical office.
Got it. Okay. Do you like your job as a secretary?
Yeah, my job is fine. It's very like chill, not like a lot of work. I just have to like sit in the front, answer phone calls, direct patients in when need to go.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, sounds like you like that situation.
Yeah.
Cool. How long have you been there?
I've probably worked well, I'm 38 years old now, so I did start like at I would say probably like I would say 10 years. Yeah, 10 years that are working.
Nice. Okay. You sound very comfortable there.
Yeah, it's very nice. We're all close knit with all like my coworkers and everything, and made friends out of them. So it's also like easy money as well. So
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it sounds like they care about you a lot too, since they maybe influenced your decision to come here.
yeah. I mean, it's also, I mean, it's a medical school, so they looked at me,
Yeah.
my symptoms, and they could tell like, yeah, you need to go get help, psychiatric. Yeah,
That's very convenient, actually, to work around people in medical school.
yeah, that is true.
I would ask them questions all the time.
Mhm.
Anyway, so to backtrack a little bit on your education, what was high school like for you?
High school went well. Was an above average student. I did really good in my classes.
Good.
I was very, even through when my brother did pass away, I still I knew that my grades went a little down, I was a little depressed, but then after some time when I was over with my grief, I was able to go back into school ready, and I still had good grades in a day because I knew that, at the end of the day, like education school is more important, and like all these are just obstacles, and they shouldn't, like, whatever happened in the past happened, like you should help prevent anything with me in the future.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, it sounds like you put a lot of your brother's passing away into how you've dealt with everything in the rest of life. It sounds like it influenced everything.
Yeah. Mhm.
Definitely. Did sorry, just to, so I'm focused on your eating issues because I want to make sure you're healthy and you're happy. Was there any correlation around his passing and when your experience of restricting or overeating were those did those happen around the same time?
No, actually didn't.
Okay,
It was just I felt guilty getting into like cars because I keep thinking about my brother, but that was it.
got it. Okay, so I'm going to go over some questions really quick, just about your history and see if there's any trauma or abuse we maybe need to talk about.
Yeah.
So, first question: did you ever feel like you didn't have enough to eat, had to wear dirty clothes, or there was no one to protect you?
No,
Okay. Let's see. Did you ever live with someone who had a problem with drinking or using drugs?
no. Like
Okay.
my parents would drink, but it was like, social drinker. It wasn't really like that bad.
Okay. Did you ever live with anyone who went to jail or prison?
No,
Great. Did a parent or adult ever swear at you, insult you, or put you down?
no.
Got it. Did
I
anyone in
mean,
your
they would scold me or ground me, but it wasn't like that serious. Like I was saying, just to be like, when I want to be trouble, I want to be like rebel and wanted to go without with my husband. I mean, my first husband before then when we were dating, but that was it.
Got it. Yeah, it sounds like you're very understanding of the way that your parents reacted to things. Did anyone in your home ever hit, beat, or kick you?
No,
Did you ever feel like you weren't loved or never thought you were special?
no,
And then do you ever experience any unwanted sexual contacts?
no.
Great. Okay. Thank you for that information. I appreciate it. I want to ask again real quick. What is your financial situation with currently?
My financial situation, everything is normal. Like my job is going great. His job is also going great. So we've both been in a perfect financial situation where we're able to take care of ourselves and our kids as well.
Great. Okay. I'm glad to hear that. If you're ever struggling or need to talk about any issue about that, please let me know. So we have about 5 minutes left. So I want to maybe clarify and then go over some things for the future. Is there anything else you want to talk about though?
As of no, I think I pretty much said everything. It's just again, working on like my eating habits and the weight and making sure like I'm like I guess normal and like try to try to stop these like thoughts and then making sure like because I know my husband's really trying to work hard for me to be better and I want him to be better for him too. So I guess that's it.
Yeah, it sounds like you're cared about by a lot of people and that because you care about them so much, you're trying to help yourself. And maybe we got to this point because the significant amount of weight loss that's been happening lately. And there's a lot of conversations going on about that.
Oh,
Definitely. Okay, so for our future sessions, we can plan, I'll contact you, we can plan out like when and where you want to do it. I know Zoom works, Office works. Either way, they're usually going to be about 45 to 50 minutes just because we need time to wrap up and schedule for our next session. Okay, well, thank you so much for meeting with me today. I look forward to talking to you again.
thank you.
My receptionist will contact you about when we're going to meet up next. Do you have any questions?
No, I don't have any right now.
Great. Okay. All right. It was so nice to meet you. I can't wait to talk to you again.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks. Bye.